Protein is everywhere. You can't walk down the grocery aisle without seeing cereals, yogurts, even peanut butter that is now packed with extra protein. But why? Are we all suddenly protein deficient? Is this some secret crisis no one told us about? Or is it just another way to get you paying more for stuff you already buy? Let's go ahead and break down this protein hustle, because unless you're an athlete, you're over 60, or you're starving yourself on a diet, you don't need any of it. And by the time we're done here, you might just be putting a few of these products back on the shelf where they belong. All right, folks, welcome to Grocery Dad. Now look, protein is important. I think we all know that. You need it, your body needs it to help you build muscle, to keep you feeling full, and just generally stop you from wasting away. But the food industry has twisted this fact. They've twisted the story into a new money-making machine. You see, they've seen the fitness culture, they've seen the keto diets, they've seen the gym bros pounding those protein shakes, and they've thought, we can sell this to everyone. So now we've got high protein ready meals, we've got extra protein cereal bars, we've even got protein enriched peanut butter. Yeah, you know what else has got protein in it? That's right, regular peanut butter. But if they slap 10% more protein on the label, then they know they can charge you 30% more at the checkout. And that, folks, is what this game is all about. Now, here's the part they really don't want you thinking about. Most of us are already getting enough protein. There, I said it. If you eat meat, eggs, fish, dairy, beans, even tofu, there's a very good chance you're absolutely fine. If you live in the US, you live in the UK, in fact, you live in most Western countries, chronic protein deficiency is almost unheard of. But if they can make you think you need more, then obviously they can keep you spending. And that's exactly what they're banking on. So, who does actually need more protein? There are three groups of people that could benefit. Number one, as I mentioned before, is athletes. If you're training hard, if you're lifting weights, if you're actually using protein, then more of it in your body is going to make sense. The second group is older adults. Okay, muscle loss happens to us as we age, so bumping up your protein can certainly help prevent that. And the third group is anyone who is on an extreme calorie restricted diet. If you're cutting calories to the bone, then extra protein could help you keep hold of some muscle. And that's it. Right? If you're not in one of those groups, then you are most likely already getting enough protein. And if you are in one of those groups, you still don't need these high protein processed foods, because you could just be eating real food and getting better protein out of that. Now, before we get into the real kicker about all of this, folks, what is your experience? What protein enhanced products have they got you buying? And do you agree with me that this is all just one big scam to get you shelling out more on your groceries? Pop it in the comments, and while you're there, I think you're going to love this video, because it's all about 5 ultra processed foods that you really should consider not buying ever again. Check it out. Okay, so I mentioned better quality protein, and this is another kicker, folks, because these products that we're talking about here aren't even giving you better protein. They're using things like protein isolates and concentrates, basically ultra-processed extracts from things like soy and whey and peas, some of which can be higher quality, admittedly, but often they are not. Now that's fine if you're drinking a protein shake, let's say, for muscle gain, but at the end of the day, do you really want to be eating a cereal that's got some chemically extracted protein boost in it? And don't forget about everything else that they're sneaking into these products to make them taste normal again. You've got artificial sweeteners, sugar alcohols, emulsifiers, preservatives. You know, that high protein yogurt that you've been forking out for now probably has more thickeners and additives in it than the plain old yogurt you used to buy, which was like 2/3 of the price. And finally then, let us not forget about what this is costing you. This is where the real scam is. You see, most of these products cost far more than the regular versions. Take high protein peanut butter. Had a quick scan online here just the other day. Regular peanut butter, $4.50. High protein version, $6.50. And the actual protein increase, folks, less than 2 grams, 2 extra grams per serving. And guess what? You could have got the same amount of protein from an egg. Okay? Now, this is exactly what the food industry doesn't want you doing. The food industry doesn't want you reading labels and comparing the numbers, because if you do, then you're going to see how much they're trying to overcharge you. And this is how basically they manipulate grocery prices. If they can't get you buying more, then they'll get you paying more for the same thing. And that, at the end of it all, is how they hit their revenue targets. So here's what I suggest you actually need to know. Number one, you don't need these products. If you eat a balanced diet, you're already very likely getting enough protein. Number two, read the label. Don't let the high protein marketing distract you from what's actually inside the jar or the packet. And number three, compare the prices. If the extra protein version is, let's say, 45% more expensive and you're getting a 20% increase in protein, then ask yourself, is that really worth it? And maybe think about just putting it back on the shelf and buying the one you've always been buying. At the end of the day, this is just another marketing scheme. It's protein taxed for the uninformed. So if you're watching this now, you are officially too smart and too clued up to fall for it. Now, if you did find this useful, and I hope you did, give it a like, drop in a comment, and hit subscribe. I've got plenty more grocery industry scams, tips, and hints to bring you in the coming weeks. And if you want to know which other products are also wasting your money, then check out this playlist right here. Thanks very much for being here, and I'll see you again next time.